A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to number 10 out of 10 that I'm going to be doing for Nerf Secret Revealed, especially when it comes to me wearing this shirt, for the fact that I've already had this on, as well as these on, for 9 other episodes. But here with number 10, this will be the last that I'll have of that whole outfit on. And so, as I've said though in the last episode, I'm basically just going to be talking about a few things about the possibly soon to be upcoming Nerf Secret Revealed sequel. If you've not already seen the original Nerf Secret Revealed feature film that I released on August 15th, titled Nerf Secret Revealed Bolts of Intrigue, then well, you can probably go ahead and watch that whole thing. It's not even 26 minutes in length, which wouldn't, of course, allow it to be known as a feature film, because most feature films out there would usually be between 84 minutes and 300 minutes. That would mainly be just about that whole thing right there. But what I'm talking about here at this point is that, of course, feature films can vary in length. They can be hours upon hours in length, or just a few minutes in length. But that kind of time frame out there, just being minutes in length compared to many hours in length, that was probably only existent within the last 100 years. That was mainly because of the fact that, well, some companies out there weren't able to create such large amounts of film at once, simply because of how, well, primitive the technology seemed to be back then. But nowadays, we could actually make film that could be hours upon hours of length itself. There actually do exist some films out there that are more than 5 hours in length. Have you not ever heard of Andy Warhol's Empire? It's just simply one shot of the Empire State Building, released in 1964 in black and white, of course, but it mainly just shows out how the Empire State Building looks when day to night transitions come into play throughout real life itself. And now, of course, just going back onto, well, the possible sequel that I'll have probably even next year. As a matter of fact, by November of 2020, I could definitely expect a sequel to be made. Any of you could be expecting that to happen. But it probably will all depend on my own agenda. And so, of course, depending on how much time I'm going to be able to put the whole thing together, it might just seem like a bit of a hassle for me to describe everything. Plus, it might even seem like a pretty big disservice out there for anyone who would want to figure out about the film itself, and about what the first film itself already had shown. I mean, despite the fact that, well, I probably consider the first film to be one work of mine that I ended up taking into play, but probably only making the most simplistic parts of it become, well, not too good to say the least. But if you guys end up looking at it some way or some other, you could probably, well, thank me for bringing a feature film as a piece of content towards my channel. Or, of course, you could probably also, criticize about it for being very simplistic in the ways of, well, how the plot describes about it, or the synopsis in which case. And that the fact that I am the only person in that entire film. I'm the only person throughout the whole thing. It's mainly about first-person perspectives, or even third-person perspectives at some given times throughout the film itself, but in any case, I would certainly think that that film itself wasn't too good of a film that I ended up making. I do feel, though, that if I keep on working on it, if I end up putting in even more effort this time around, with the fact that, well, I've gotten myself another camera that has even better quality in terms of, well, lighting and fixtures and the like, and different gamma, coloration, I still feel like that it's possible for me to create a really good high-quality sequel to a film like this. But I still feel that whatever happens in the upcoming sequel, which I will certainly have by November of 2020, I would certainly hope anyone out there who does, in fact, happen to have some interest in the original film to probably give me some feedback or some background on what could actually inspire me to continue my work on that whole thing. As a matter of fact, though, I actually have been able to get some film of it done. Though, it might be a while before I might actually end up starting to leak the trailers of it out. And speaking of trailers, though, I actually didn't really seem to leak out much of the actual film itself based on the original trailers I made for it back in August. But still, It was kind of a simplistic way for me to just simply make a feature film, and it was also a little rushed in some ways, mainly because of how busy I was with everything else in life. But still, I can always try to see how well I can do to create a sequel, a second feature film of mine. It'll still be a little while though before I would be able to do such a thing like that, but no matter what I could probably do, I could certainly take something like that into perspective and take it into account that a sequel would have to be even better than the first film. Of course, most franchises actually put this fact into operation, but some of them don't really do too well. I actually do hope that in my case, I would happen to create a sequel that would actually be better than the first film. Although I would still say, both films probably might not do so well because Bolts of Intrigue was just the first ever feature film related project that I put together. And it doesn't even match up with a current average length span of an actual feature film that can actually be put in theaters or just simply be viewed on Netflix or something like that. But still, it's an idea of mine that I will not let go right now. When I actually do start to work on this though, I seriously do hope that anything that ever happens, that feature film comes out looking great. In any single case. I probably will focus more on some of the other things that make a feature film like it's so successful, like special effects and the like. Probably get some more people in there to become actors of the film itself. I might even consider hiring a few highly acclaimed actors or actors that are very popular out there. It might be a really expensive way to get through it, but a high budget would certainly be better than a no budget. I did have, well, let's say an estimated budget of $245 for the first film. That's literally just how I was able to compile it all up. With the expense of the camera, with the expense of the blasters, with the expense of the other things that I was able to put into play. I was using software that I had bought already, so it doesn't really count, but still. But who knows? I might ramp up the budget 10 times. Maybe even 100 times, I don't know. It probably depends on what I'm going to be able to afford at this point. And so, there you guys have it. That's 10 episodes of Nerf Secret Reveal that I was able to get with this shirt, these shorts, and this kind of voice here. It's going to get worse if I keep on going on it, but any more episodes that come out after this one will surely remind everybody that Nerf Secret Revealed is something out there that shouldn't be taken lightly anymore. It has in fact become a big cult hit back then, and I know that it will be a big cult hit today. So, I hope that you guys stick around and stay tuned for a lot more to come by. And if you want to see more go down on my channel, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.